Hello everyone, welcome. I do apologize. Today you're going to be getting a voiceover version of Aquila because we filmed the whole video and then I realized that my microphone was dead. So rather than refilming the video completely, because my legs were a little dead, I decided to just do a voiceover. So apologies if the audio isn't completely lining up with the video. So today is a Fling inspired workout. And the goal of this workout is to help you have consistent lightness in your seconds and really good strength in holding your extensions in, like, for example, mostly your fourth intermediate aerial is what we're going to be working with today. So a couple things I want to talk about before we get started, some things I tell my students. So you'll notice here I'm coming from third rear aerial and pointing out to second. So something I tell my students here is rather than pointing like by thinking straightening my knee, taking the attention to the top of the leg, I instead have them think about the back of their leg. So I try and have them think about extending from their hamstring from the back of their knee instead of thinking about straightening that knee from the joint on the top. So what this kind of does is I find it helps to lengthen, especially if you're going to second. The other thing I'll tell them is to reach their heel towards second rather than reaching their toes. So thinking about straightening from the back of the knee and reaching their heel to where they want the extension to be instead of reaching their toes. So sometimes I find what happens, the reason that I started giving this correction is that if you extend too sharply, sometimes you get like a little bit of a reverberation. So you can see I kind of demonstrated that little like quiver at the end if you try and get the leg out too sharp. And so that's something that I try to eliminate so that it hits that extension and stays without any reverberation at the end. And I find sometimes if you're trying to lock that knee too quickly, sometimes it gets that quiver at the end. So those are the two things that I want you to kind of try to experiment with as we go through this is reaching the heel where you want it to go instead of putting the toes to second. I want you to think heel to second. It also helps to roll that leg around. And then thinking about having all of your extensions come from the back of your leg instead of the front, just as an experiment. It may work for you, it may not, that's okay. So starting with a little warm up, we're gonna do this plie series. So you're gonna start in parallel and you're gonna do a little bounce in parallel plie. Drill the heels to rotate and then rise up on your toes and back down. So rotate it in, heels, drill to rotate out and then up on your toes, down. Plie and rotate, up and down, plie and rotate and up and down. So you really want to think about drilling those heels into the floor. We're going to go a little faster. Plie, plie, up, down. Drilling the heels like a screwdriver into the floor. That'll help you really feel your deep rotators. If you really drill those heels as you twist out, making sure the knees track over the toes every time. So this is not at all coming from your feet only. That drilling the heels will just help you access the rotation in your hips. We'll do a few more here. And we're just going to come after this into a little point and rotating the ankle to close to plie. Point, rotate, rotate, close. Point, rotate, rotate, close. Now we're going to go to fourth intermediate. So just establishing all those positions we're going to be working with today. And next we're going to go to second position. We'll do a few more in second position because we're going to be using this position a lot in this workout. Just do some little easy jumps, little boxer shuffle. Just getting into the jumping of those legs. And some butt kickers. Next, we're going to come into some hip rotations. So you're going to have the knee come out and in with little hops. Feel free to do a little bit something more with your feet than what I'm doing here. I mean, the focus of this is the hips, but might be kind of nice if I did something with my feet other than let them look like dead fish. A few more of these. Just opening up those hips, and jumps in first. We're going to do some jumps in second, so we're going to do 8 jumps in second before changing to the other side. And we'll do a few rounds of that. So pointing second, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and change. 4, 5, 6, 7, and change. 2, 6, 7, 8. One more time each side. 5, 6, 7, 8. Change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, one more time, sorry. 5, 6, 7, and change. 5, 6, 7, and plie in first, get the calves a little stretch. Next, we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to have our extensions to 4th intermediate aerial. And we're actually going to do a reverse ladder. So you'll do 8, then change for 8, then 4, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. And warning, the music I was using was very quick, so feel free to go a little slower if you need to. The goal of this is to keep your leg in one place. That is, however, very challenging. You'll see that my leg it kind of bounces a little bit. So the goal is to try to eliminate that as best you can, but no worries if it bounces a little, but we just want to try and keep it as solid as possible. Change. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, 1. Again, and change. Change. 2, 3, 4, change. 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 2, 2, change. 2, 3, 4, and give those legs a little stretch. All right, so now we're going to get into the circuit. So this circuit, the goal is to burn out one side completely, and then we'll go off to the other side. So we're going to do several movements on one side to really get that one side quite tired, and then we'll switch over to the other side. So this is going to be working on the stamina of keeping those extensions up and keeping the seconds light on one side completely. So we're going to start with second behinds. So you're going to do 8 second behinds, like in any shedding, second up to third rear aerial. So we do 8 of those. Then you're going to do second in fronts. So you'll do 8 of those as well. And this is obviously going to prep you for your, if you have to do the backstepping step in the fling, that first backstepping step. So those will hopefully help you get nice light seconds and an equal reach to second position, whether you're going to the back or the front. Then after that, we're going to do 8 out high guts, followed by 8 toe and shakes. Your shakes like in your shake and turn or your shake and rock step. So we're doing that all on one side to really get that one leg quite burnt out from holding and the other leg doing a lot of hopping on that supporting foot. And then we're going to swap up to the other side. And then we're going to do 3 rounds of that. So prepare yourself for some fun. I always say fun slightly sarcastically because it's always fun when it's done and you know you've done some work to make some improvements, but it's not necessarily so much fun while you're doing it. So we're going to get started here in a second with your second behind for 8. Ready? And big breath before we get started. Here we go. Second, back, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Change to the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Out, high gut, out, high gut. 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, and toe in, shake. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll take a little break before the other side. Please don't look at your foot in the shakes like I was looking at my foot. You don't need to look down ever. We're going to do the other side. Ready? 5, 6. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and change to the front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out, high gut, out. Stretching from the back of that knee. 6, 7, 8, and toe in, shake. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Wow, Akila. Don't know what those were. Those are not shakes. This is why I usually don't voice over the videos. This is why I usually talk while I'm going so that I don't have to watch it again. Watching yourself is never fun. All right, so we're going to do that 2 more times. We take a little bit of a longer break here. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and to the front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out, high gut. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and toe and shake. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and take a little break before we go into the second side. Taking water as you need to. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and change front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here we go. Out, high gut. Oh my goodness, can you use your head, please, Akila? My goodness. Toe in, shake. Stop looking at the floor. When I say use your head, I mean in the proper way, not looking at the floor. My goodness. Now I know how my teacher feels. Poor Fiona. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do 1 more on each side. And this will be our last set. You can feel free to do more sets if you want to, but if you're doing more dancing, I would say don't do more than 3. Don't want to burn yourself out too much. Here we go. Side, back. Seven, and change front. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out, high gut. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and toe in, shake. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So another thing I just thought of right now that could be really useful is if you want to try this circuit even without the jumps, it would still be a very effective circuit and very good for your leg strength. So feel free to give that a try too. Last side, here we go. Side, back. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness, Akila, use your head, please. To the front. And out hike it. This side is so bad. Sometimes I'm looking in the other direction almost. Toe in, shake. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And let it relax. Great work, guys. If you're not going on to doing more dancing, please make sure you do a little stretch to cool yourself down. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy dancing, and we'll see you next time.